All right. Alrighty. So today I'm here to talk about RLA PC. You're folding, you're rolling. Probably the only difficult PC in all of BMT that can hold you from getting undergraduate and get you recycled. So the RLA, or if you don't know, RLA is your recruit living area. So that includes your bed, your wall locker, and all your clothes, stuff like that, shoes, everything. But the RLA PC itself isn't on all of that. The RLA PC is only on, the only gradable areas are the left, right side of your wall locker. So your skinny side, your big side, and your clothing drawer. Can't go in your security drawer. They're not going to worry about your bed display. So obviously you're still going to have to do that every single day, but it's not graded. So don't stress that. So for RLA, on your locker, when you set it up, obviously you're going to figure this out when you get there, but the left side is going to be, the skinny part is going to be your ABUs, Apex, all-weather jacket. Right side is going to be your blues. So a little bit background, the RLA PC is out of 10, so you can get 10 demerits. So let's say I get demerit on my Santees. Guess what? Santees doesn't matter. They can give me 10 more demerits on my Santees. It only counts as 1 towards that 10. So once you fail an item for one thing, you fail it all. Or you fail that entire item. And that goes against 1 demerit. Sorry. Shit. Where was I gonna go? Oh, so it's out of 10 demerits, like I said, and it's not that difficult, but it can be for some people. So, I have some tips from what I did, so I'm just gonna fill you in. So, there's everything, they're gonna teach you how to do everything to like their standard, what they're going to show you, it's still going to be higher than that. So they're going to show you like a shirt that's acceptable to them, but it's not going to be acceptable when you do your RLA or your PCs. So how it's going to go is you're going to have your ABUs, you're going to get your ABUs, you're going to have like a test PC, I'd say, and they're going to basically tear out your wall locker and say shit. Doesn't count though. And then you're going to get your blues, and they're going to do the same thing for just your blues. And it could be the same way. I actually passed mine. I got 0 demerits. And then that week after the blues, probably on the Wednesday or something, they're going to tell you, you're going to know when it's coming. They're going to do your entire wall locker. So there's certain things that you can do, like I said, to make it a lot easier on yourself. So what I did was, one of the guys that I talked to very early on told me to make it easier on yourself, the first pair of ABUs you get, I wore that for all of BMT. And the reason I did that is because what you're wearing isn't inspectable, but what is in your locker is inspectable. So you get 4 pairs of ABUs. You wear 1, so you got 3 in your locker. You cut those, make sure they're always buttoned. You cut all the strings off of them, and then you never wear them. And then you never have to worry about ever cutting strings on them. Not that difficult. It was just a really big tip. The only thing I'd recommend is you go through, because my MTIs are big on dust. So, and also they would unbutton our pants while they're in our wall locker. So just make sure, go through, make sure your stuff's always buttoned, make sure there's no dust on it. That's like a big tip. I wish I still had the sheet to show what you could get graded with. But they also, big thing, left side of your wall locker, zippers on your Apex, and how they're going to, because everything's displayed as worn, so it would be like proper. And everything's always buttoned as worn in BMT. Same thing with your all-weather coat. Your all-weather coat is going to be, make sure it's all buttoned up, buckled, make sure there's like an inside button. The same, and also when you get your blues, big tip, every single piece of clothing you're going to get is going to have a little tag that says inspected by and a number. Make sure that's out. That's obviously demerit. So that left side of the wall locker, it's not that big. PT gear, they're pretty easy on. The only thing I'd say is your socks, they don't have to be rolled super tight, but they're going to check around the elastic band. Let me see if I have a pair real quick. So let's pretend like this is, you don't have to roll your socks in tech school, but let's say this is a pair of PT socks, like right here. I'd fail because of this, right? So they're going to look around for strings around the elastic and look for lint on your socks. That goes for your black socks, white socks, and also your green socks. So just check that stuff. Other than that, PT good, they kind of just like throw it to the side. That brings you to the right side of your wall locker, which I'd say is probably the biggest one. It's the same thing with the blues. You're going to wear your blues probably one day, I think, before that PC. So then the stuff's just going to be hanging on the outside of your locker. Same thing. Just don't touch it. You're not going to have to just cut the stuff inside and don't touch it. Just make sure you're using your lint roller and everything. Socks and Santies, the way that they recommend rolling them is with a wingman. So you use another person, they hold it down so you can make it tight. There's ways around that. So I wish I still had my water bottle, but I don't know where it is. But the water bottle they issue you, you can fill it up with water, and instead of using a wingman, that is your counterweight. So where you're, like, somebody would be holding it, let's say this is my shirt, right, and it's lengthwise this way, place your water bottle here, you start rolling from over here, and as you roll, the water bottle keeps holding it down so you can pull it tight. And then if you have any excess on the outside, you can take your shirt and you roll it on the wall like this, flip it like this, and then it makes it look perfect. You can also use your security drawer as well that holds it in for you. You lay it inside and then you roll it up that way. And then that eliminates anything from sticking out from the sides. You can also, for socks, instead of using a wingman, it kind of gets hard, or it can be, you can really torque it down while you're working it on yourself. Like you can hold your hand and then you can, you know, pull it as you go along. Or what most of us did is you use your wall locker, you open up your wall locker, throw your socks over, close it, and then you just roll it up. Super easy. Socks aren't that big of a deal. The big thing that, like, you can catch a demerit onto is dust in your wall locker, and you're gonna notice that it's almost physically impossible because the dorms are just dusty. They're just permanently dusty. So what you can do is you can lint roll the inside, or what I did is, for some reason, shaving cream works really well. I don't know why. If somebody knows, please let me know. But shaving cream in my locker, took a rag and I just rubbed it in until the shaving cream disappeared, and then, like, there wasn't dust in my locker for a week, which is, like, perfect. So trying to think about other stuff. Oh, another thing they're really big on is your hanger spacing. So that it needs to be even. So it can't be like all to one side or all to the other side. It has to be like even. So if you have this gap on this side, it has to be on this side. And it's not like specific though. It doesn't have to be super accurate. It just has to be enough. So, you know, you eyeball it and be like, that looks good. If it looks really off, use your best judgment, because it's an easy demerit to, like, not get. And the easy stuff, you don't want to, like, mess up, because if you mess up something serious like your blues or something like that, then that's where it gets serious. Same thing with doing the wall locker, like the dusting. Your BMT DG, your dorm guide, needs to be grounded to, like, the edge of your wall locker. Another simple demerit, just make sure it's flat there and make sure it's facing the right way so they open it up and it's the front page. Same thing, make sure your hats are grounded. It's super, super simple, but for some reason people just struggle with it. And you get 10. You can really mess up 10. But for honor graduate, if you want to, like, I got honor graduate just specifically because of this. I didn't really do well on anything else. You can, the least amount of demerits you get, or the more demerit, or like the more points you get towards honor grad. So I got 0 demerit, so I got 10 points for my RLA PC. So if you were interested in that, just keep that in mind, that your RLA can be good, and then you'll end up with one of these. Boom, the honor graduate coin. Which is awesome. But yeah, so overall it's not that big of like a deal. RLA is not that hard. They give you the day before, like the weekend before, and a few days before they give you this PC, they're going to give you days of time. Like, they're going to give you 20 hours worth of RLA, and you're going to want to, like, you're going to get super bored, but trust me, just do it. You're going to want to talk to people, just do your stuff. I put in earplugs, cut strings. Even if you cut your strings, guess what? You got the time to do it. Go back through, look for more strings, you know, check underneath with pocket flaps like this. Just check underneath, make sure there's no strings. Super simple stuff. Just keep up with it as time goes on, so when that comes, like I said, like when it comes, you don't have to like be like, oh my god, I have all this RLA to do. You're already caught up. That's why I wear the same ABUs, right? So everything's in my locker. I'm caught up. I don't have to worry about it. It's like very little stress. Same thing with Santees. I wear the same suit, 2 Santees. I would wash them. I just back and forth. One night wash one night wash the other. That's a perk of being on laundry crew. You can do that stuff for yourself. Same with the socks. So then I have majority of my Santees rolled. Never have to touch them. Never have to re-roll Santees. So just some food for thought. If you're curious about the RLA PC, for some reason people stress that out. So take it easy. Any questions? Feel free to hit me up. If you're in the military, happy Exodus to everybody, because that's where I'm going. Yeah, like I said, questions, or if you want to hear anything, any videos or anything, let me know down below. Take it easy.